This video demonstrates how we can perform an over-the-air update of a TinyML model with FotaHub. I'll show you how you can run a human face detection model on an ESP-EYE board and how to update it via FotaHub to a cat face detection model. To get started, you need to sign up with FotaHub or use your social media account. Create a product that represents the type of your IoT device whose firmware you intend to update with FotaHub using the product creation wizard. Select a name to your product, the version and schema you want to use, and the binary verification method and algorithm your board uses to verify new firmware versions before applying them. Once done, click on Create to finalize the creation of your FotaHub product. FotaHub offers dedicated device SDKs. They include an easy-to-use FotaHub client library along with examples illustrating how to use them. Click on the product you just created and choose Download the Device SDK. Click Next and choose your IoT device. Choose Custom since we're not using Adafruit board. Download and uncompress the SDK to a location of your choice in your machine. Now we need the name and ID of the product. They will be used in a later step. To retrieve them, click on the product you just created. Click on Setting and select General. Copy the name and ID of the product. Open FotaHub Device SDK in Visual Studio Code on your laptop and expand the human face detection example. Go to the demo product info header file and enter the product's name and ID that you previously copied. Leave the demo product version as is for now. In case you have selected anything else than SHA-256, you must adjust accordingly. Open the configuration header file and initialize the Wi-Fi SSID and Wi-Fi password with the credentials of the Wi-Fi network you want to connect to with your board. Make sure that Docker is running on your machine before you move to the build-in step. Scroll down and open the bind file in an integrated terminal, then build the example by invoking the bind command. After the build is complete, flash the resulted binary by invoking the flash command, followed by the serial port your board is connected to. Open CoolTerm and set the baud rate to 115K, then click on Connect. Verify the version you're currently running by taking a glance at the banner inside CoolTerm, and make sure your device is connected to Wi-Fi by verifying whether or not it's ready for over-the-air update. Once everything is set up, point your ESP-EYE to a human face picture and observe how the face is being detected in the form of coordinates. Now we can start the over-the-air update procedure. Inside the SDK, go to the cat face detection folder. Open the configuration header file and fill it with your Wi-Fi network credentials. Then move to the product info header file and enter the product name and ID, pretty much like you did in the previous step. This time, change the firmware version to 1.1 and rebuild the example using the bind command. In the build folder, locate the binary file resulted from the build and copy its path. Go back to FotaHub and click on your product. Select Upload Firmware with Wizard, then enter the version of the firmware to be uploaded. Click on Next to get the binary upload page. Drag and drop or browse the binary of the new firmware version, then upload it to FotaHub. When done, you will be redirected at the Product Details view and see the newly updated firmware version along with its property. Now copy the new version checksum and go back to CoolTerm. Click on Connection, then click on Send String to trigger the update to the new firmware version. Enter the version you want, in this case it's 1.1, followed by the checksum you just copied from FotaHub, followed by a line break, then click on Send. The new firmware version is being sent to your device in the form of chunks. Once the update is fully received, your IoT device will reboot and launch the new face cat detection model. Verify the version in the banner alongside the project title. Now point the ESP-EYE to your cat face image and observe its face being detected in the form of coordinates. Congratulations! You've run your first over-the-air update of a TinyML model via FotaHub.